What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, Randy, with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you one more fantastic Sea of Conquest video today. First of all, happy Tuesday. In today's video, we're going to be talking through the build that I posted several days ago as a test build, and I ran it on stream on Sunday, and this build has been absolutely dominating the universe. Let's take a quick look at this fantastic new Season 3 build, which is, I think you might even be able to run this in Season 2 in part, so let's get right into it. First off, the flagship is going to be running the Yamata set. That is because the Yamata gets a critical resistance sale here in Season 3, and I believe they released these ship part changes for Season 2 as well. But for sure, when you get into Season 3, your Shelter of Yamata can drop critical resistance, okay? I am running a critical resistance figurehead and a critical resistance sail with an armor bonus on the helm, and this is going to give me incredible tankiness with over 100% critical resistance for this ship. It is absolutely beautiful. You can see 103.5% crit resistance for this ship. So unless you have 104% critical strike chance, you are never going to crit this ship, which is really, really great. Okay, that's going to make the ship very tanky. Then we have Delilah in here in order to get the Magnus and Ahab rage skills off before the enemy's damage skills. That will redirect a lot of damage to my flagship while I have a shield, I have higher aggro, and again, not taking any crits. Next, we have the Warhammer. This is the same build I previewed maybe 3 weeks ago when we were between seasons with Bones, Cordelia, and Django. This is nothing special on here. We have crit resistance on the figurehead and armor on the sail. Okay, for the Fearless Princess, this ship is an absolute monster. And again, shout out to my buddy Bath Salts. He's the one who first mentioned this idea to me about Onimusha on the strategy ship. So props to him. We are running a Sovereign set on this ship, and we are using crit resistance on the figurehead, and we're using crit damage on the sail. This is going to mean that I am going to take a lot less critical hits, and I'm wearing a very tanky set. And when I do a crit, I'm still getting incredible critical strike damage, and I have some crit resist on the sail as well. But this is going to make this ship do absolutely disgusting damage. My next big damage dealer for this build is also using Sovereign of the Seas ship parts. This is the Lester Tanaka Adeline build. We are running crit resistance on the figurehead here too. We are running crit damage on the sail as well. And finally, we have the Goddess Satjit. This is going to have your Ophelia, Sharky, Wanda on it. Wanda is going to generate a decent amount of rage for this ship. She's going to generate a decent amount of rage for your fleet, and she's going to give nice attack buffs for your entire fleet using Call of the Wild. For this ship set, I am also running critical resistance on the figurehead, and I don't have a critical damage sail for Queen of Revenge, but I'm also not using any critical strike trinkets on this ship, so I'm going to stick with armor. And in fact, if I can get a crit resist sail for this ship, I would get a crit resist sail. Ideally, I could see myself switching to Shelter of Yamata for this particular ship with dual crit resist items if I can get those to drop, which I have not yet. I've only got one of them. Okay, but that's the goal. And again, crit trinkets on Lester and Adeline, crit trinkets on Griffin and Onimusha, making my critical strike chance and damage very nice, okay? Let's go ahead and kill some people. It is PvP day today, so we're going to go ahead and kill some of these folks real quick on this video just for you. We're going to make a switch to this Mega Kraken Moros, who is the second strongest person on this whole server. I'm just building up some damage stacks with Adeline real quick. We're about to make a hard swap. You guys ready? Here it comes. Here comes a hard swap. Let's see if I can kill the Kraken. Oh, he's already getting chunked, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. And here comes the pain. Oh, there goes Moros. He might still kill me. He's almost killed my artillery ship. Dude, he does a lot of damage. I came in hot. I had a lot of stacks up. I'm doing some good damage. But he does way more damage than me. This is probably a loss. Okay, I'm not upset about it. You will see when I compare these reports. He is a Mega Kraken. It was a good attempt. I'm not upset, but this was certainly not a kill today. That's live on video just for you folks. Get excited. All right, let's take a quick look at that report because I'm sure you want to see me die live on stream. This is good. This is good. This is a good attempt. I'm not upset. Okay. Overall, as you can see here, this dude is crazy. He is fully maxed out everything except for Ahab and Sharky, apparently. He has way more power in his march than I do. And he just came in hot and heavy. Believe it or not, his Stormbringer did more damage than his other ships in this build. Which is nice to see his hybrid doing more damage. But you can see here is my damage output for this report. Okay, I did incredible damage with my strategic ship. This was the main damage dealer at the start of the fight because it hits like a Mack truck, Griffin with 9 million damage. Then we have the Burning Drowning Hybrid ship, my favorite ship from Season 2, now with fantastic critical resistance on it, making it live for a very long time. And really not upset with how this performed. Tanaka almost a little bit over 8 million damage there himself. So the artillery ship did decent damage, even though it is running a fully tank build with crit resistance and armor on the items with healing trinket mixed in here. It still did decent damage as a third ship. And overall, that's how the build works, folks. It does great damage. It lives a long, long time. I'll pull up 1 or 2 straight clashes really quick, just so you can see how this is performed. Don Corleone is the biggest whale from his server, OPG. He is 3 million power higher March than I am, and I completely dominated him in straight clash. And by the way, this is not a 1 versus 1 build, although I did pretty good 1 versus 1 here. This is designed for team fights. Obviously, you need time for your burning and drowning damage to build up. It is not a quick build up. Same thing with my strategic stacks. Even though Griffin does great damage with a double clap at the start of the fight, it takes a little while to build up all of his damage stacks. So this is more of a long game group PvP. Once I have my stacks, as you saw, I took Moros down to a 60% HP almost instantly with a couple raid skills. And then, because his damage is absolutely crazy high, he caught up and killed me. But killed Don Corleone. We did pretty good against TRB. He is another massive whale over here. He's got, again, he's actually bigger than Don Corleone. He is almost 40 million March power. So not quite 6 million, but 5.5 million higher power than me. He is an absolute monster. Shout out to TRB. Love you long time. He was actually in our stream on Friday night for a little while hanging out. But take a look at this build. Look at this damage against a Kraken like this. I'm level 34. He's level 37. He's got a little bit stronger heroes for the most part, other than my Bones and Cordelia. And he is, again, much higher March power with maxed out trinkets. I also have some maxed out trinkets, so I'm not saying he's the only one. But he is a very powerful player. And we did pretty good against him. This is not a bad turnout. This is 1 raid skill from Adeline away from killing 1 or 2 of these minions. This is 10 seconds away from killing 1 or 2 of his minions and maybe winning the fight. So we're really not far off with the performance of this build. Okay, we fought Ross, we killed him, no problem. Max K, we killed him, no problem. Again, these guys are slightly lower power than me, but this build is an absolute monster, having crit resistance on all 5 of my ships. I just want to remind you, I have crit resistance on my flagship, I have crit resistance on my Warhammer's figurehead, on the strategic figurehead. Every one of my figureheads is crit resistance, which means when you look at some of my ships, for example, I am at 73% crit resistance with my strategic ship, and I'm doing an incredible amount of damage. So, this is the way to build your ships for Season 3. And again, I think they changed the items in Season 2 recently, but I have not confirmed. You can let me know if you are able to get crit resist and crit damage on your sails. That is going to help you customize your build even further. Okay, so this is the strongest build that we've been testing. This is the update on the strongest build we've been testing here. Okay, like and subscribe. Randy out.